We are happy to welcome Mr. Ramesh Palagiri, Managing Director and CEO of Wirtgen Group in India, a John Deere company for the last 13 years. During his tenure, Wirtgen Group has invested in a manufacturing facility in Pune to cater to domestic market and exports. The Wirtgen Group are world leaders in manufacturing of machines for road building and road habilitation, as well as mineral technologies. Wirtgen India are the market leaders in the field of road paving machines for both concrete and asphalt roads and for road rehabilitation technologies. Earlier, Ramesh has been Chief Operating Officer at Swingstata, a startup at that time where he spent first 8 years since inception. So welcome, Mr. Ramesh Palagiri, to this interview.
Yeah, thank you, Pratap, for giving me this opportunity to
These
interact.
are, these are unprecedented times, and I'd like first your comment on the current situation of the Indian construction equipment market and construction market in the aftermath of the COVID-19.
Yeah, the construction industry had a phenomenal exponential growth for 4 years to 2018, where the industry volumes doubled from 50,000 to close to 100,000 units. And then 2019, after the new government came back with a lot of expectations of further growth and consolidation. However, we found that the volumes, the construction equipment volumes have dipped by almost 20%. And they were beginning to pick up in Jan and Feb this year. But then from March middle, we had this COVID crisis, and that has totally stopped the requirements almost. And today we have a challenge both on not only the supply side, but I would say more on the demand side. And there is uncertainty with regard to how long this will last and what will be the full impact of this situation in terms of demand. I expect that it will take at least 12 to 18 months for things to come back to normal. So till such time, I think we have to continuously keep tab what's happening and monitor and adjust yourself according to the situation.
So I think you're right. During ExCon, Minister Nitin Gadkari came and gave us that speech in Bangalore, there was some enthusiasm that things during 2020 might be much better than what we have so far seen during 19. But I think this pandemic has put a break on all those plans. Have you
Yeah.
started your manufacturing operations?
Yeah, as I said, the issue is demand still is an issue. But however, luckily for us, at least 25% of what we produce, we export globally. In fact, we are the largest exporter of screens from India anywhere in the world. So we have started our operations last week in a couple of lines because certain other products we have adequate inventory for at least the next 30 to 45 days. So we want to see how the demand flows out in the next few months. And but for the other product lines where we don't have enough stock, we have started the production, including for the export models. In fact, in May we already started shipping out close to 10 screens for exports. So things are moving, but pretty slow. Our workshop is fully operational. We have a lot of repair works going on. And in the field, I would say all our depots are open, parts depots. So we are able to deliver parts to customers. Even during the lockdown period, the mining operations were still going on because, as you know, coal mining is considered an essential service. So the last 2 months, we were able to supply parts, and also our service engineers were able to attend the breakdown jobs. But as far as the road sector is concerned, things are very slow, and I would say it is at maybe 10 to 15% now of what it used to be normal.
How
So we are
dependent is your yeah,
we
sorry,
have to
go
see.
ahead. Go ahead. How dependent is your supply chain on the Chinese sourcing?
Actually, we are not. I think very few components what we source from China. Whatever we produce, we have a local content of anywhere up to 75%, and the balance 25% is mostly the hydraulics, which we mostly source from Europe, I would say. So we are more dependent on Europe, especially Germany and Italy, rather than China for our supply chain. As of now, since for the imported components, we plan at least 3 to 4 months ahead, because for hydraulics, the deliveries was even 6 months earlier. So we have adequate inventory now to cater for the next 2-3 months. But our challenge is more the domestic supply chain than the imported components, because as you know, we source 100% from our vendors, including painted parts, and we assemble the whole thing here. So we are dependent on our vendors, most of them around Pune and 200 kilometers from here, and they're all coming under the small and medium scale industry. And as you know, the migrant crisis, which is a big tragedy, so a lot of these guys have gone back to their villages. So some of the vendors are operational partly, some have not yet opened. So we anticipate more supply chain problems on the domestic front rather than from Europe, because Germany is fully operational now, at least Germany. I think Italy is slowly becoming operational. So we expect, and we have a cushion, so we have to see how things move on the domestic supply chain front.
So coming to the demand side, since commercial coal mining has now been accelerated with a lot of beneficial riders, which have, in fact, beneficial conditions in support of the bidders. Do you see this coming back to life much sooner than it was probably estimated to?
I would say I'm more hopeful today than what I was with the earlier announcement. As you know, there were a lot of things happening on paper on the coal sector with regard to privatization, auctions, for the last at least 8 to 10 years. But the reality on the ground is the digging has not started, removing of the overburden or whatever it is. But I think the government seems to be more serious now. And when I talk to some of our main customers, they are also quite hopeful that things should pick up now, which should increase demand for machinery. But I think it will take at least 9 to 12 months before this translates into business for us. But that's still okay. But if things start moving now, I think perhaps by early next year, that should flow into demand for the industry. I think it's a very positive.
Yeah, sure. It's positive, but you think it's going to take 9 to 10 months before it translates into a real demand?
Because, one, they have to get the jobs, then they have to get the environmental clearance, then they have to start mobilizing. So it will take that much time, I feel.
How has the John Deere takeover of Wirtgen Group benefited your operations here in India?
I think it's now close to 3 years since we became part of the John Deere Group. And it was very clear from day one, when John Deere made it very clear that they would like the Wirtgen Group to operate as Wirtgen Group, as a separate entity under the John Deere umbrella. And I can say that we have been operating that way for the last 3 years. So that way it has been good for our customers. They don't see any change during the earlier days and today. In fact, from an India standpoint, it is beneficial for us because John Deere is more focused on doing more manufacturing in India and China. In fact, we are making a massive investment in China for local manufacturing. And we have done a similar thing here. We just inaugurated our paint shop a couple of months back. We just purchased around another additional 15 acres of land just adjacent to our existing land. And though we don't need that land immediately today, but this is because we have plans to manufacture more products in India going forward. So I feel the big difference will be that John Deere would like to produce products where there is demand, where it is more competitive to produce. From that point of view, I think India, we already demonstrated that we can produce world-class products. Because as I told you, we are the largest exporter of Kleemann screens or screen products, track-mounted screens from India. Though we came into the market only 5 years back. And these screens are exported all over the world, including to Tier 4 countries like US, Europe, and Australia. And we have more than 500 screens operating. The feedback is quite positive. So it's very clear that we can produce world-class quality in India, and we are competitive. So I expect more products to come in India. And then you have the Indian demand. I think we are in a temporary slowdown now. But I think definitely, while I said that it will take us 18 months to recover, but I can say the next 3 years to 5 years after that, I expect phenomenal growth. Perhaps similar to what we had between 2014 and 18, because I feel the government has to invest in infrastructure. They have to get going the infrastructure pipeline, whatever they announced. That is a way to cater and get a lot of jobs. So while short term there's an issue, long term there's a lot of prospects for India and also for exports. So it's beneficial for India.
Speaking about exports, out of your entire product range of your ham products, Vidgen, Fogel, and Cleaner, which ones are being exported all around the world?
As of now, the Cleman screens are exported all over the world because the Cleman screens are currently produced only in India for the world market.
Okay. The rest of them are mainly for domestic market.
Yes, because compactors we export to Southeast Asia and neighboring countries. But if you are talking of a global product, it is the Cleman screens.
But you've also launched the world's largest concrete paver this year. And doesn't the world need that such a large paver?
No, actually, that paver, what we inaugurated at the Bharatmala project, 18.75 meters, the Vidgen product. So that machine was actually produced in Germany. And what we did was commissioning and this machine. I think there will be demand for asphalt pavers going forward than concrete pavers because there's a shift in government policy to go more for asphalt and less of concrete roads. And as far as asphalt products is concerned, we are already making a couple of models in India.
Right. What this particular year comes also on your 25th anniversary of Vidgen India, and obviously there is a different set of challenges which has beset this year to probably, but you can see that you can foresee in the next couple of years there might be a sharp upturn in fortunes for the infrastructure and construction equipment industry. But for the Silver Jubilee year, what have you planned? How have you in view of the current crisis now?
Actually, we had planned for a grand technology days at the Pune plant where we plan to invite all our customers and do a formal opening of the plant and also do a live demo of all the machines and new technologies with seminars like the one what we typically do in Germany, which I think you also attended once. So we want to do something like that, and that's planned for sometime January next year. In fact, we want to do it this year, but in fact we postponed it now to Jan of next year. And by when I think the 25th year will get completed. So that's the plan as of now. I think we are now focusing more on customer engagement and trying to do more trainings and operator school, getting more operators because we feel that we have a big shortage of operators now. So we are going to reactivate our training school where we want to give new operators to customers. I think the next 25 years should be much better than the first 25 years for the Vidgen Group going forward. Because if you look at the infrastructure needs of India and what we need to do in the next 10 to 15 years, it's phenomenal work. And I think Vidgen is India for the last 25 years, and we have the technologies, at least in the sector where we operate. We are the innovation leaders. We have a good base, a strong base in India, with a strong team, with a direct sales and service model, with local manufacturing. So I think we are ideally placed to encash on this opportunity. We will continue to innovate and get more products to India and also expand our facility in Pune.
All right, Mr. Palagri, thank you very much for this interview. And we hope on this 25th anniversary that you set the foundation for great growth ahead.
Thank you, Pratap and Rasab Media.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.